Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the Folia d'Or podcast. Today, we will be answering four different questions. I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Cisco so that he can ask the very first question.
Yeah, we're just gonna do little tiny Q&A. We don't have any alcohol with us, so it's not a tipsy one, but just tiny Q&A.
We might sound like we're tipsy,
So
but
the first question is, what's something about yourself that you've never told anyone? And at first, I'm like, I don't think I have anything that I've never told anyone because I'm an open book, I think.
same.
But I one thing I was reminded of is that before this is to test the waters because I am gay. Obviously, I would say it every chance that I get. Um, but obviously, to test the waters, to I guess at that time to make sure that I was gay, I did make out with a female. Um,
Kidding,
not
kidding.
gonna go into details because it's gross. It's sickening.
And you all know the answer to that. There you go.
It's an
He didn't like
abomination.
it. This is
Yeah,
exactly why he's gay.
it wasn't for me. Didn't do anything. So in comparison to when I kissed boys, that did something. Um, but yeah, it's an abomination. Straights are gross. No, I'm just kidding. I'm joking.
Oh my
Cisco
god.
canceled.
You know what?
Heterophobic.
Sorry, you just made me think about something for our next topic. We need to invite some guests and we need to play Never Have I Ever
Oh yeah, definitely.
with drinks.
I love that.
Okay, sorry, go ahead. Continue. Sorry.
I'm like, I love that. But that's something I've never told anybody about before. Mostly because it is uncomfortable to talk about for me. Because I'm like, ew. But yeah, like I just said, we all know how that turned out and how that worked for me.
Clearly.
Strictly Dickly, here you go. Uh,
I think this question can kind of go like one of two ways. So the way that you asked it, or technically like, because you and I are both open books, so I think,
yeah,
and if even if it's really really personal, at least we ourselves know that about each other. So what I'm thinking is maybe what some people may not
like the
know
general
about us.
public. Oh,
Yeah.
oh, that's
So
an
like
easy one.
so like aside from this, there might be something else that you have that maybe not a lot of people know about
Okay,
you.
well, this is
Yeah.
interesting. Not interesting. I feel like a lot of people do this. Maybe not. If not, don't judge me, okay?
Oh
Because
god,
you
I'm
know what?
scared. Oh shit. Which one? I'm like, which
I
one is it?
imagine I'm
I'm
like
just
I
kidding.
like anal. No,
Oh my god, I never would have guessed.
no.
I don't.
What I was gonna say is that I don't usually wear underwear. And let me tell you why before you judge me, Your Honor. Let me say something. Let me say something.
Hold on. You know what popped in my head?
What?
David's bridal.
Oh yeah, I'll tell that story in a second. But the reason that I
Oh
don't
my
like
god.
to wear underwear is because I feel too restricted, or it makes me feel like a Pillsbury dough can. Like I feel like I'm about to like pop out of like I feel like a fat sausage in a sausage casing, like about to like burst. So I don't.
Okay, that is TMI. Oh
Oh,
god.
that's not what I meant by that, but
Lord. It sounded like
same thing. Just kidding. But I just feel very uncomfortable when I wear underwear. It makes me feel like fatter in some places. Like I feel like my
yeah,
lompas are just like
I
trying to
I
come
get
out,
it. I feel the same way
and so
sometimes. Yeah.
I don't usually wear underwear. Fun fact, it's not weird for me.
It runs in the fam. That's all I'm
it's
gonna say.
it's a little more comfortable,
Without giving
but
too much detail,
okay.
it runs in the fam. It definitely
So
does.
Asia said David's bridal. Let me tell you a story. Let me tell you a story. Gather around, children. This is gonna be great. So when my sister was getting married, I was her man of honor, and I was in charge of getting the bridesmaids their bridesmaids boxes. Just a little something to show appreciation. And I was getting some stuff for these boxes from the bridal store that we had got the dresses from. And I was there with my with my cousin. I wasn't alone. Not that that's important, but
I think it's a
so
little worse.
yeah. But so obviously in any store there's cameras, right? There's cameras
Oh my
everywhere, so keep that in
god.
mind. I am looking at some stuff for the boxes, and I had to lean down because it was like a rack, and I had to get to the
No
bottom
pun
compartment.
intended. No, I'm just kidding.
My rack didn't show, but so so I had to get to the bottom compartment. I squatted down. Um, my pants decided to commit suicide, and I wasn't wearing underwear. So I had a SpongeBob moment. My pants ripped in the back, full booty hole out for
Oh
display, and nobody. I don't think anybody actually saw, but again, there were cameras.
Wait, did she see?
No,
Oh, she didn't?
no, my cousin
Okay.
didn't see. She was standing in front
Okay.
of me.
God. Praise God.
So lucky for her, she wasn't traumatized. And lucky for everybody else
Oh
who watched the videotape,
God.
maybe.
Dude, and then
You're
we have
welcome.
Fit Fam.
Yeah,
Like,
so
oh my God.
luckily it didn't end up on FitFam.
Well, if they did send it, maybe they thought it was completely inappropriate
They're
and just
probably like,
didn't post it.
maybe not.
We're not gonna do this guy
That
like
one's too pretty.
that.
Yeah, we're gonna get
What'd you do
restricted.
after?
I stood up. I had, I think I had a jacket, so I just took off my jacket because it was like
Yeah,
nighttime.
yeah.
So I took off my jacket and I put it around my
Oh
waist.
my
I
God.
still bought the stuff and left.
Oh my Lord, you're a real one. You're a real one. Man of honor.
Because there was some stuff that I really liked
Oh
there for
my
the
God. I
boxes. So
would
I
have
was like,
fucking left. I would have been like, fuck this, I'm outies.
but
Like,
I was
there's
like,
no way.
oh, well, at the end of the day, if someone saw my asshole, lucky them.
Oh my Lord.
They got it
Of
for
course you would
free.
say that.
But yeah, that was that was an interesting.
That's horrible.
All right, what's something that you've never told anyone about yourself?
Well, again, as you mentioned, like you, I think I'm a pretty open book. I don't think there's something about myself that like nobody knows. Um, but I'm a little nervous and scared to say this. I don't even know why. Like, I guess it's because some people that listen don't know this about me, and I don't know. I feel like some might be actually shocked, or at least some might be like, they might have like an initial shock and then be like, that makes sense. Like, I can see that. You know what I mean? Oh my God, I don't know why I'm nervous.
I don't even know what you're gonna
You're like,
say.
oh God, I'm scared. I don't even know what you're gonna say. Um, so let me tell you what. Well, first of all, why I thought about this just now, is because a couple days ago I was talking with one of my really good friends, and she didn't know this about me, and I told her, and she was like, "Oh my God, really?"
I feel like whatever you're gonna say, I'm gonna be like,
It's not even that
I
bad.
know.
No, but yeah, she was shocked to hear that, and she's like, "Okay, I can see that," you know. But so anyway, um, I actually used to be a stripper.
Oh.
When I in my younger days, which was many, many, many years ago, half my life, literally.
I'm picturing people's faces right now when they hear this, but to me, I was like, oh.
Well, yeah, to you, it's like, oh, it's not a surprise, obviously, but those that know me professionally may think different. Okay,
I thought you were gonna say you
so
weren't naturally blonde.
you idiot.
Like, you knew it.
Um, yeah, so started when I was 18. I did it for, I want to say, a little under a year because I was 19 when I stopped. Um,
Living my dream.
but super crazy time during my life at that time. Um, yeah, I had a wild phase. Um, did that, worked at two different clubs here in El Paso. Yeah, and I will say that the weirdest thing about that, I think the most awkward experience for me was when I actually I got in contact with one of my middle school friends who I was really close to. She too was also working at this other club, and that's how I ended up there. That's how I ended up working there as well. Um, but I was actually, I think, my first day working there, and she comes up to me and she's like, "Oh my gosh, guess who's here?" And I was like, "Who?" And she's like, "Our middle school coach, and he wants to dance from you." And I thought that that was completely fucking inappropriate, and I declined it. I was like, hell no. I was so embarrassed. I literally went back to the like our lockers, our dressing room. I was so embarrassed and I was so scared to go out there. I just thought that that was so inappropriate. Like,
It is,
yes,
but
like how he remembered me and thought like, oh, I want to dance from her. Like, what type of shit is
it is,
that?
but I'm gonna be very honest and say that it was me. I would have been like, perf. How much money does he have?
Oh my god, no, 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 no. No, that was fucking. It makes me sick to my stomach even talking about it now. Like, oh my god, that is disgusting.
Well, someone's never slept with a teacher. That's weird.
Yeah, I
Just
have
kidding.
not. Clearly, you have.
No, um, well, I've always wanted to be a stripper. Still aiming for it. I'm just waiting. I'm working on my
Well, I'll
body.
tell you this. For those that know, I've been unemployed for several months now. If I had the body that I had back then, I honestly would have gone back to that. I swear to you, I would have. But unfortunately, this is the body the Lord gave me because He knows damn well I would act a damn fool if I had that body again.
I say let's jump the border, get a surgery, and come back and go back to stripping.
Yeah, no, I'm scared of surgeries, even medically necessary ones.
I'm
So
not really
I'm
driving over
shit
the
out of
border.
luck. No.
Oh, well, that's just rude.
Okay, so we're gonna pass the shocker for everyone. No, I'm kidding. So the second question is, what's a personal boundary you feel is important? So for me, honestly, I really couldn't think of something specific. It's kind of that's a little difficult for me to answer. But one thing that came immediately to my mind was about my kids. Um, because let's be honest, those of us who have children and have in-laws, I feel like there's a boundary that the in-laws should not cross. When it comes to your kids, I have dealt with an in-law trying to tell me how to do things with my children or like raise them, and I straight up told I straight up told my mother-in-law, do not tell me how to raise my kids when you did not raise yours the right way, because clearly I'm still raising him.
Mm,
So
mm,
I was like, do not overstep. That was a boundary that I'm like, do not overcross. If I have specific rules for my children, if I have specific dietary restrictions for my children, I expect it to stay that way and for people to respect that. Definitely, that has been a major issue in the past, where I've told my kids, no, you're not going to have ice cream or you're not going to eat this. And I turn my fucking head and my mother-in-law is giving it to them, and I'm like, that is to me super disrespectful. That's a boundary that you should absolutely not cross. And just as a parent in general, like, I don't think that it's appropriate for people to tell you how to raise your kids. By all means, don't take that the wrong way. I appreciate tips. I appreciate your own experiences because you may have had a similar situation with your children, or advice, but there's some people that just overstep, and unfortunately most of the time it's usually in-laws, unfortunately. um I will say my mom has tried, and I immediately am like, no, like that's not happening. Because like even now, it's funny, I was telling my daughter this other day, my mom makes little comments like, oh my gosh, like she has this huge concern for my daughter with like the slightest shit. And I'm like, honey, where the fuck were you when I was a teenage pregnant? When I was a teenager pregnant, like, you did not have concern back then, did you? Do not. Mm-mm. Do not try me.
don't do it.
Nope.
Don't do
Yeah.
it.
So those are boundaries for me. That is like the number one personal boundary for me that I'm like, fuck no, my kids are off limits. How about you? I'm not getting crunk in here. I'm like,
So I don't set a lot of boundaries, which is funny. Well, I'm not
yeah, I
gonna say
don't
that I
either.
don't, but
It's not good.
um, one of a big boundary that I have that I don't like being messed with necessarily is that, and I just want to preface this by saying that I'm not a petty person, if that makes sense. I'm not that petty. Um, don't
Hold
look
on
at
a
me like
second.
that. Don't look at me like that.
Hold on a
But what I'm
second.
about to say is gonna come off really petty, and I don't know how I'm gonna argue
You're
it. So take it
not
as you want.
that petty.
I'm not.
That's contradicting to what you said. And honey, those of us who know you may beg to differ, but go ahead.
I'm
Go
not.
ahead.
Wait,
Hmm.
what did I say?
You said that you're not a petty person, which
Oh, take it how you want it.
anyway,
But my
but
biggest boundary
truthfully,
is that if I don't want to talk to someone, I would like that to be respected. Like,
yeah.
if I don't have a good relationship with someone, I don't want to be around that person. I like that to be respected. I
Hmm.
don't like anyone to go around my back, invite that person to something like that's for me. If it's an event
Yeah.
thrown by me, I don't like,
Or like to feel like you're
because that's where
being
I feel like,
forced
yeah,
to like, yeah,
being forced to be around them, being forced to talk to
to
them,
say hi.
that's a
Oh,
boundary that I
yeah.
have. Because it's happened, like, especially like people within family. Like, if there's like an uncle, distant cousin that I'm like, I'm not fond of them, I'd rather not.
Hmm.
Um, then I don't want to be forced into a situation where I have to talk to them or I have to be around them.
Yeah.
I would just rather not, and I'd rather everybody around me just respect that. um, and the reason I say it's not necessarily petty is because of certain things. So, like, one, if it's an event that's not my own, like it's someone else's birthday party or someone else's get together, someone else's dinner, I don't expect that person to not invite the other person because of my discomfort with them,
Hmm.
if that makes sense. Like, I'm like, if you invite them, I'm not going. I'm not gonna put that on the table at all.
Hmm.
Like, if they go, I may also go, just depending on my level of comfort.
Hmm.
Um, but like, I'll keep my distance. I'll be respectful. That's about it. But again, I'm not gonna sit at the same table with this person. I'm probably not gonna engage in much conversation with them. And if I don't show up, I'm still not gonna put that ultimatum on the table. I'm still not gonna be like, I'm not going because of this. I'm just gonna say, hey, rain check. I might make an excuse. I don't
Hmm.
know. But I'm not gonna be that person to be like, well, they can't be there in order for me to be there or anything like that. That's
Yeah.
where I say it's not petty, because there are people who do put others in that
Hmm.
predicament or try to make it their problem when it's not. Um, but I just like that to be respected. Like, if it's an event for me, I'm gonna
Hello,
probably say,
guys.
like, I'm not inviting that person, or I would rather not see this. Oh, they're talking to each other. The fight.
Sorry.
Um,
There's always some shit going on
like,
when we're like
fight,
sitting here
fight.
recording. Sorry.
Um, but yeah, so I just like that to be respected. If I'm not inviting someone to like a birthday party of mine or like a dinner of mine or
Hmm.
someone to my house, I'd like that to be respected.
Yep.
That's a big boundary of mine. Let's see, personal distance. I'm I'll say this to my company. I'm time and time again, I'm not a social person, and I like my personal space.
Hmm.
I don't like people on me. I'm
Yeah.
not a very
No.
clingy person.
Same.
So poor future boyfriend, because
I'm the same way.
I'm not a clingy person, and like, there'll be some times where I need like to cuddle
Only
up to
time I want
something,
affection is in the bedroom,
or like I'll show affection,
and not that
but
long.
it doesn't last very long, and usually, like, because I get hot very fast. That's I know that sounds so funny, but like, it's a very big thing for me, because when I get hot or like too warm, I get annoyed, and I'm not a nice person.
Same.
So
Same.
then I'm like, ugh, get off me. But I think that's it. Those are my
Yeah,
three
and
boundaries.
it's crazy because like going back to your first boundary, I've been in like situations where I may not like someone, and I'm still respectful, like I'm still like distantly respectful, but I hate when like someone is like trying to force you, like, oh, did you say hi to them? Did
Yeah,
you see, like, oh, like, and they bring them to you,
yeah,
and I'm like, I intentionally did not say hello because I can't stand this motherfucker.
yeah.
So like,
Or like, when someone tells you, "Oh, get over it. You're gonna see them all the time." It's like, I can't get over it
you
because
don't
that's
have
just the way
to.
that they are, and I don't like the way that they
Mm-hmm.
are, and that's not gonna change. So
Yeah.
there's no getting over it. There was
Yeah.
like, there hasn't there may be, but there doesn't have to be a specific thing that happened. I just may not be fond of someone's personality,
Mm-hmm.
and that's unchangeable
Yeah.
unless they
Yeah.
themselves change, and that's on them.
Yeah.
So that that's very hard to tell someone to, oh, just get over
Yeah.
it. Oh, try to be nice. Or, you know what? I'm not trying to do nothing.
Yeah. And then the second one that you said, personal space. literally at the stores is when I am literally about to
Oh,
snap.
yes.
You have, and it's most of the time fucking women. Unfortunately, I hate seeing that. It's usually older fucking women that you're in line about to pay, and they're literally right motherfucking behind you, beside you, fucking looking at something and touching, like literally touching you, like with their fucking elbow. And I'm like, I'm about to snap.
Yep.
Like, Lord,
Or
don't do
when
this to me.
there's two reasons that I get upset of this. When there are kids, and I don't mind kids, I'm not coming for children. It's just that these are the two reasons I get upset about it. When you're in the grocery store or somewhere in public and there's kids literally hanging around you and their parents are like distant, there's the two things are one, your kids running around me. Sometimes they possibly almost hit you because they're playing around with their kids, whatever. Second, teach your kids stranger danger and don't be letting them go around random people. You don't know who I am. You don't know who the next person is. They could be psychotic. They could be disgusting. Like, you don't know. Don't be letting
Well,
your
and there's
kids
scary
wander off.
shit.
And then you're
Like,
at a distance when there are kidnappers who don't even care if their
yeah,
kids
well,
are
like
in your
that
own
shit
arms.
that happened in El Paso a couple years ago, where I think it was a 5-year-old girl at McDonald's in the playground area, and some fucking psycho was in there. I don't know for what reason. I don't know the whole story, but all I do know is that he stabbed the little 5-year-old
Yeah.
girl in the stomach. Thank the Lord she survived. But I'm like, I think about my kids, and my kids hate that I'm so fucking paranoid. I don't care. They're gonna have to live with it. Fuck it. I don't care.
Yeah.
But that's my job to protect them. And I literally can't think of like how were the parents like not close to that little 5-year-old to step in or to notice that this motherfucker was just standing there inappropriately. Like, I immediately, like, just the incident at Dollar Tree, like, I immediately notice. I read the room. I can read people. I can sense people. I feel for vibes. Literally, if I see someone that does not have children and is standing there, clearly that's a fucking problem for me. Like, what the fuck are you doing in here? So yeah, like incidents like that. Like, you don't know who the fuck you're around and you're letting your children around.
Yep. And you're at a distance. And then you're just like, hey, no, stop. Like, no, go grab your kid.
Snatch your motherfucking kid in
them
whichever way.
You'd rather be safe than sorry.
Exactly.
Because like I said, there's psychos out there who don't even care that you're holding your kid's hand. They will try to take them.
Yeah.
And it's like, then you're letting your kids about 5 feet away from you stand, run around, play around next to this person you don't know.
Yeah.
You genuinely do not know.
How I'm like paranoid with my 16-year-old daughter, and she's not a little child, but I'm still scared.
And even it's not like a nasty intent. Like, some people just fucking snap because some people have weird anger issues, or like, you don't know what the hell could happen. So that's reason number two why I don't like that. But yeah, older ladies at a grocery store, when you're very obviously trying to look at something, respecting other people's space, and then someone comes right in front of you.
Remember that time at the fucking shoe store?
Yeah, someone comes right in front of you and doesn't even say excuse me, and they're like in your personal bubble that you're like, this has to be not legal. Like, this is a predicament I'm in. I'm like, I don't want to be disrespectful because this is
suicidal person because I'm about to kill this motherfucker. I'm just
because I'm like fighting with myself in my head, like, don't be respectful because this is an older woman. But second is, I don't really care. This older woman's in my space, and also being disrespectful.
So, like, parents, do the world a favor. Teach your children personal boundaries, personal space, because eventually they're going to become older, and history repeats itself. Hopefully your children will teach their children, and so
older
forth.
Women and older men,
so that we don't have
please
an
be
older
mindful.
Generation that is entirely fucking clueless or just careless before some shit happens to them. I'm just saying.
And the current older men and older women, just please be mindful, because if not, there is psychos like
teach
me.
your mamas and your daddies and your grandparents personal space.
Yeah. Because then they'll meet their maker sooner than they thought. Because sometimes I'm not as nice, but that's really it. Now, the third question is, if you could relive one moment, what would it be and why? That one's really hard. It seems kind
Yeah,
of like
sounds pretty tough because there's a lot of moments for me that I would
I
like
don't think
to
I would
revisit.
choose any from my childhood.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
This is
Same.
kind of like I don't want to say cliche because it like surprisingly enough, it hasn't happened to a lot of people, and kind of I don't know, take it as you will. But a moment that I would want to relive is my time in Hawaii. I talk about it a lot, but it was my first major trip, and to a very beautiful place nonetheless. Um, but being there, I didn't have
You
enough
felt
time
right at
to,
home, buddy.
yeah, I
You
didn't have
blended
time to
right
explore
in.
everywhere and like get a full like
Experience.
experience and actually feel it. But the time that I was there, I felt very at peace. A lot of people in Hawaii are very nice. And yeah, I fit in. There's a lot of Asians.
Yeah. They thought you were a
They thought I
local,
was a
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
There's a couple people, a couple of fellow tourists who thought me and my mother and my brother were natives.
Mhm.
We even got an interesting question. There's like this, I forgot what it's called, but there's this like they use it for bread, they use it for waffles, they use it for whatever it can be used for. But it's kind of like a bread. It's like a purple bread. Maybe it's like a I don't know. I don't. I think that's one of the things they make with it. But I
Mhm.
forgot what it's called. It's purple. And so one of the tourists that was in line to get food was like, "Hey, is this like a thing here? Is this like a delicacy here?" And we're like, "Yeah, it is actually." Because we just played the part because I was like, I don't know. I was gonna be like, "Oh, we're not from here, sister."
Yeah.
Uh, like, it's not like a complicated thing to explain. You just say, "Oh, we're not from here." But I was just like, "Yeah, I'm gonna fuck with her a little
Yeah.
bit."
Yeah. It's easier to just go
Hmm.
along.
It is. You lie. Um, but yeah, I it was just very peaceful there. The weather was great. Um, and just being able to go around the places that we did. The beach wasn't that bad. Wasn't that bad. It's because the reason I don't like the beach is because I don't like sand. I don't like sand. It's a lot for me. Gets up everywhere.
Oh my god.
It's hard to wash off, and then you have fucking sand all over the place. But that's just me. But I think if I could relive one moment, it would be the time where in Hawaii. It was really nice, and I would consider moving there to live under a bridge.
I've never been. I've heard it's very beautiful. I've seen
Girls trip.
shows, movies, obviously, and it looks absolutely beautiful. I have had friends who lived over there. So that's a place I would love to visit. I'm just a little skeptical because of my own
And
reasons.
there is a lot of things to do that are for free, that are still like that are enjoyable and
Hmm.
peaceful. Um, yeah, some of like the food like restaurants over there, it was like a little expensive, but like there are places where they're not. There's a bunch of hole in the wall places, um, that were just as good as the fancy restaurants. 'Cause we stayed in this like a city type of
Hmm.
place, but obviously we ventured out to like the beaches and
Yeah.
like
And
other
I
areas in
love
Hawaii.
sightseeing. I love sightseeing. I mean, even here in El Paso, I mean, I have a beautiful view of the mountains from where I live. Every day it's like breathtaking
Yeah,
and it's crazy. Like I've lived up here for
I was
eight
even
out 17
okay
years.
being around people. Like there was this it reminds me it's kind of like a food court
Hmm.
that we went to. There's like a bunch of different things. We got noodles because I me and my brother we really like noodles and stuff. Um my mom she got her soul food because she can't let it go. Uh, that woman her soul is Queen
Hmm.
Latifah. But yeah, so she got her soul food because there was a bunch of different options in this food court. Um, and there was like a lot of people. I felt okay being around people for the
That's
first time in
shocking. Yeah, that's very
forever.
shocking. Very.
But yeah, that's my relief moment.
For me, there's a lot of moments that I wish I could like go back to and relive just to cherish it longer. That's my reasoning. And I honestly would say like all of my five children's births. I know that sounds insane, especially my last one. That one was a little traumatizing, but I would love to relive it all over again. It's a feeling, like for me at least, I can't speak for other moms, but for myself, it's just a feeling that you will never, ever, ever feel again.
I know
Um,
there's someone out there like, eh, I'm good.
for me, it's a beautiful thing to bring life into this world and to be able to like
Rip your vagina
be a
open.
part of that.
Oh, your stomach. It's very beautiful.
It's just yeah, I can't even explain it. To me. I cried with every single one of my births, every one of them. I cried. I thought, I'm not gonna cry. I'm gonna be tough.
From
And
pain.
no, no,
Oh.
not from pain. No,
Just
not at
kidding.
all. I literally was like, when it comes to my kids, I'm super emotional. I'm not naturally an emotional person. Temperamental, yes, but not emotional. But when it comes to my kids, yeah, it's totally different. I know a lot of women don't enjoy their pregnancies. I've heard it so many times because of all the like, I don't know, the beautiful stuff that comes with the pregnancy, right? Like the swollen ankles and the I don't know, whatever. I thankfully did not ever experience any of that, but surprisingly, I actually enjoyed all my pregnancies, even though like I had a high risk pregnancy, but possibly had a heart attack. No, I'm kidding, but I enjoyed all my pregnancies. I don't know. It's just the bond that I guess I had with my children, or yeah, like that I had with my children, and yeah, it's something that you just won't ever experience again. It's just beautiful. And of course, like other moments that I would love to relive is times where, I still had my dad around. I wish that I would just cherish him a little longer. Had I known then what I know now, I would have cherished him a lot longer and probably would have recorded a lot of moments where he talked and, shared a lot of stories and just so that I can replay it for my kids. And I'm very blessed that, four of my five kids got to know my dad and they were around him and, they have memories of my dad, but I'm just so heartbroken that my youngest didn't get to meet him. So it's like devastating because sometimes my son will ask me, questions about my dad. And I mean, I answer him the best that I can, but he's just like, I don't know. I don't know your dad. And I'm like, I know, sweetie. But yeah, I'm like, you're very crazy, just like him. I'll tell you that. That's actually a fun fact. That's where I got my son's name from, but I just took off one of the letters. Um, since my brother's a junior and his son is, a third, so I didn't want to take that from him. But yeah, those are moments that I would definitely relive. And honestly, even like with my grandparents, like I feel like I did cherish my grandparents. Obviously, I love my grandparents. I cherish it. But like, I like now that you don't have, people in your life, you want to go back and cherish them a little longer because like you want to just bask in the moment. Like, just like it's crazy because like with me, like I will find myself just staring at my 6-year old. Like I'll just sit there and I'll stare at him and he's fucking crazy. But I literally am like, these moments. Like I'm gonna miss these moments, when he gets older. So I let him cuddle whenever he's not really a cuddler, but when he does, I just allow it. I let it. I sniff his hair, just everything, like his little hair in my face, because he's gonna get older and that's not gonna like, it's not gonna probably happen anymore, unless I don't know, maybe he'll be that kid. But like my older boys too, whenever I'm the type of parent that whenever like my kids just go and lay on me or lay on my bed, I welcome them with open arms because I'm like, once they're older and they're married, they're not gonna do this anymore. So yeah, I think those are moments that I would relive.
I have to say the same for my grandparents, obviously,
Yeah.
especially my grandma from my dad's side, um, because we would stay with her at her house with my dad, whenever we're with my dad,
Hmm.
um, and there's like a lot of little things
Like
that
the
you
slightest
miss, yeah,
thing, even like moments that you're like, what? Like it's crazy. They're not even big moments. They're the
yeah,
little moments.
like the
Like
little things here and
same
there that
thing
you're
like with
like,
my
dang, I
grandma,
miss
with
that.
my dad's mom, like her cooking. That's the number one. I'm just kidding. Her cooking. She was literally the best cook
I love
ever.
me some food.
Best. And there was just moments that her and I had, when I would be at her house and we would talk as much as I would struggle like a mother to try to speak Spanish. But there was like small little moments, like just her words of wisdom that,
Hmm.
and believe it or not, I mean, I held that with me. I still do to this day. I did cherish them, but I just wish that I would have like basked in it a little bit
Yeah,
longer, you know.
I think one of the things that I still do that I would do with her is so every time we would get back from school, um, we would hug her and then we would sit by her feet to watch whatever she was watching. And at the time, she would watch the Golden Girls sitcom, um, and Will and Grace.
That sounds
And
exciting.
so now I watch those sitcoms a lot, and my mom's like, "Oh my god, they're
Hmm.
so old. Why do you watch them?" And I'm like, "Well, I used to watch them with my grandma because
It's a
that's
comfort
yeah."
feeling. It really
So
is.
yeah, so I watch the Golden Girls, and obviously a lot of my personality fits in with the Golden Girls. Because they're sarcastic with each
Yes,
other. It's
for
very
sure.
humorous, and hopefully I'm an old lady like that too.
That's gonna be us.
Um,
We're gonna be Golden
yeah,
Girls
we're gonna
together,
be the Golden Girls. And then Will and Grace, same thing. They have the same type of sarcastic humor. Um,
like us.
and they're like us. So yeah, I watch those a lot, and it brings me comfort. And it makes me think of my grandma because we used to just sit at her feet and watch the sitcoms with her. Um, and then like a little thing whenever I leave a house or leave someone's house, I always picture my grandma saying "See you later, alligator," and we would say back "Not on a wild crocodile." And I just miss that because it's something she would do every day whenever
Hmm.
we went to school or whenever we just left her house. Um, so little things like that you like that you don't even
Yeah.
think about like normally, but once you lose someone, it's like something that you think
Yeah.
about all the time.
Yep, for sure. And that's why I'm really, really grateful that like my kids are close to my mom. Maybe not so much my older boys, but like my daughter's very, very close to my mom, and my youngest, they're super, super close to my mom, and I love it. Like my mom gets a kick out of them. Like she loves it. She loves spending time. She loves fighting with my 6 year old. She thinks it's like the most hilarious thing in the world. Um, and I love it because I'm like they're gonna have those memories of my mom, you know. So yeah. But enough with the emotional shit. Let's move on because I don't want to start crying. And let's see. Okay, so the last question is, what are your current priorities in this season of your life? So for me, my priorities, honestly, they shift according to like what the fuck is going on at the moment. It's kind of like work where you're like, well, what has a deadline or
Yeah.
like you just prioritize your shit. But for me at this very moment, honestly, I feel like I sound so selfish when I say this because that's how you know I'm really not a selfish person, but I feel like I have to prioritize myself a little bit better because I never have. And what I mean by that is like not just my mental health, but like physical health, um, and especially mentally. Like physically, I just barely got back into the gym. I know I was like gymming, and then the whole move from one house to another that literally took up a lot of my time. And if you've never been to my house, you would not understand exactly what I mean. But it took a very long time to move. It's not an overnight thing. It is like weeks of moving.
Not with
And
all the shit you have, bro.
yeah, it's my kids hate moving, but with the move, it just again like just trying to get settled into the new house and just I still have shit in boxes. Like it's in like oh my god, it feels like never ending. So I stopped the gym. I stopped it. I will say like I guess I still kind of like ate okay. I'm not a like super I try my best to make healthier choices. Unfortunately, sometimes that doesn't happen. But I feel like I've been okay there. So yeah, as of yesterday I got back into the gym. Um and I feel like I really need to prioritize that for myself. I think that priority for me right now, when I say weight loss, it's not because I'm like, oh my gosh, like I want to look good or like no, I really want to feel healthy. I'm tired of the having no like lack of energy, the digestive issues that I have. It's just so much shit piled on top of shit. Not literally, no pun intended. That sounded hilarious.
Fuck,
No,
I
that's
hope
not what
you're
I
ending
meant.
it
I just
early.
meant like all of the different like little things here and there, the little fucking like my like for me, I noticed like the slightest thing, like My skin doesn't look healthy. You know, my hair doesn't feel healthy. I don't feel healthy. Like, just little, like, everything just adds up. And I'm just like, enough is enough, girl. Like, you're still youngish enough to kind of like, make changes and that it'll actually have an effect at this point. Once you pass this, it ain't, you're fucked. But that's kind of where I think my priority is right now, is really focusing on my health journey seriously and mentally as well. I actually am really, really adamant about getting a therapist because yesterday actually I had like a moment where I had a lot of self reflection um as I was driving, which is not good.
Usually what happens.
It's like fucking Russian roulette at this point. No, I'm kidding. But I'm kidding. I'm kidding. But yeah, I just had a lot of self reflecting, and I started realizing a lot of shit about myself that literally I've never noticed or like realized. And I truly think when I was like, where did this stem from? Where did this come from? Like, why am I thinking like this? Why do I think I feel this way? It literally took me back to my childhood, literally. And I'm like, holy shit, I think I have some unresolved trauma. I know that people are probably gonna laugh, like, no shit, are you fucking kidding? We all knew that. No, but it really, people, if you don't take care of this sooner, it's gonna affect your life and every fucking choice and decision that you make. Because I'm starting to realize that now about myself. A lot of decisions, a lot of what I've done in my life, a lot of shit that I've tolerated, or just a lot of things that I've done in my life or didn't do sooner than I probably should have. It literally stems back from my childhood, and like I literally just put two and two together. Literally, I was today years old when I realized that. So yeah, so that's kind of a priority of mine because if you don't fix this, it trickles down and it's a domino effect on your children. Your children observe every fucking thing that you do, and I don't want my children to ever follow my footsteps in that sense. Like things that I've tolerated that I shouldn't have, especially my daughter. She's my only girl. I want her to have a healthy relationship, with her significant other when the time comes. Vice versa with my boys too, but something about a girl, it's a little different. Parents who have daughters and sons, y'all will get what I mean. But literally, yeah, I'm telling you, yesterday I was like, what the fuck? Like, literally, the skies opened and spoke to me. Yeah, those are my priorities for now. Obviously, like I said, with seasons and not literal seasons, it changes. It just depends what's going on in my life at that very moment that I need to prioritize, and that's something. And another thing that is actually more important, I'm like, which is actually I feel like is more important than myself because, like I said, I always push myself to the back burner, and this is why I'm in the fucking predicament that I'm in, and I look the way I look. Um, Another priority of mine and a goal of mine is for my 6-year-old to literally start reading. Like that's something that I'm like focusing on. I am literally like honed in on that. I'm like, I'm gonna purchase this program for him and see how it goes because he's homeschooled. It's a little difficult, and I'm not a teacher. I mean, I don't know their fucking curriculum. I don't know. Again, I'm not a fucking teacher. I don't know what all they do. What all I just want my son to be um able to keep up with everybody else. I don't want him to fall behind, especially because I know that he's so intelligent. And yeah, I feel like I don't want to hinder him, so that's a priority of mine too.
I, for one, I think your son's a very smart boy, so he's gonna grasp a lot of things very quickly. So I don't think you'll ever have to worry about hindering him because whatever you want to teach him, I feel like he's gonna go and try to learn on his own.
Yeah,
Anyway.
he's
So
really crazy as
he's
hell. He
just
knows
he's
shit
just
that I
super
don't even
bad.
know. Like
And
I'm
I
like,
kid.
where the hell he teaches me some, like, seriously,
I
there's
think
some
of
shit.
him as Sheldon.
No, he literally, if you all know who Sheldon is, literally my child. I'm not even kidding. I saw one of like the first episode and I was like, holy shit, this is my kid. This is literally my fucking kid. He's very odd. And I've even asked the doctors if something's wrong with him because he's odd. I'm sorry. I don't like, I just want to know, like, so that way I know how to like react or like treat him to make sure that I'm not like that I have patience, you know, like I'm just he's very different. So I'm like
And they're like, of course.
I don't know how to handle him. I'm just kidding.
No,
But he's different. Out of all the five, he is totally and my other kids will literally agree and say the same thing. He's very odd. He's very intelligent. Shit, there's shit that he knows that I don't know, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, where did you learn this shit?
no, sometimes he says something to me, I'm like, what the hell did you just say?
Yeah, his vocabulary is
You
insane.
think you're smarter than me, kid? You're probably right. But I'm just kidding. No, and I guess my priority for this season is just to be hot. That's it. No, I'm joking. Uh, I, I get humor. But no, I have to say, I know we're trying to move away from like the emotional stuff, but I would have to say that my priority is pretty much the same. But my priority is more so towards my mental health. And I should probably look into getting a therapist, but that is not my priority right now. The therapist thing is not my priority right now, but
Yeah.
um, uh, trying to prioritize my mental health. Um,
And this is
because
why we need to prioritize getting a therapist because we're each other's therapists.
it's not
This is
working.
why we're so fucked up. Like, it's the blind leading the blind.
You know, it's so funny. This is probably the weirdest shit about it is that the reason I don't or I haven't looked into a therapist before, even when I had a job, um, the reason I didn't look into a therapist is because I was so nervous or like not ashamed. I don't want to say ashamed because I'm not really ashamed of anything. Um, but I don't know. It just like it felt weird to talk about my feelings or my struggles with one person, which is funny, right? Because I feel a little more comfortable talking about it to people who are listening right now. Like I guess like I know that there's probably gonna be I am really blowing my head up with this. There's gonna be multiple people listening to this and hearing about this. Somehow that's a little bit more comforting to me than talking to like one single person
Yeah, I get
that I
you.
don't really know. If that makes sense. Um,
Sorry.
um,
Sorry.
and so that's why I avoid it. Now I avoid it because well, I don't have the money to do so. So it is what it is. Um, is there probably programs that are a little budget friendly or free? Probably. I just haven't looked into them. But my main point is, um, I've noticed that recently, the last time I felt bad was when I was 19. But recently, I'm starting to get to a point where I'm just really tired. Um, and like, I mean, emotionally, mentally, and sometimes that trickles to physically. Um, and as a 25-year-old, I don't think that you should feel this exhausted because that hasn't been a lot that, well, not going to say that because there has been a lot that happened in my 25 years of living. But I'm like, we're only at 25.
Yeah.
We're only at a quarter. I'm going to say a quarter mark. I don't think I'm going to live to 100, but but let's say quarter life. So I don't know if I'm facing a quarter life crisis right now, but um, I think this even started while while I was still working. I was just feeling very exhausted, um, and I'm trying to do things that are outside of my normal routine. Like again, I'm going out. I'm trying to walk more, trying to run, trying to focus on setting goals with that, but um yeah, I'm definitely just trying to prioritize feeling more at peace with myself. Um, because besides feeling tired, I noticed that every time I go in front of a mirror, I have to say something so demeaning to myself
Me
in the
too.
mirror.
I'm the same.
And I shouldn't do that because I like if I notice someone saying that to someone else, I'd be like, "Hey, fuck you, mind your business." But then there I am going to a mirror and just like completely roasting myself and tearing myself down. So
Yeah.
I definitely want to get to a place where I don't do that anymore and I'm comfortable with what I see or comfortable with who I am. Um, so yeah, definitely trying to prioritize that. Maybe I do need a therapist.
You think?
Maybe I do need some professional help. I'll get Oprah, Dr. Phil, somebody. Um,
But yeah,
but yeah,
anything.
that's just my reality. And that's like we went from, but that's just my reality. Which is funny that I feel so nervous about talking to a therapist about this stuff when I can do it openly, kind of like this. I don't know, guys. I don't know. It doesn't make sense. I know that. I don't make sense. This is the problem. Um, but I think if you don't have anything else to add, I think that pretty much wraps up our little Q&A for today.
Yeah.
Um, like I just said, we're coming up with ideas for
Yeah.
future
But also,
episodes.
like we've mentioned in almost every single freaking podcast, seriously, if you all have questions that you want to ask us personally, or maybe just bring up some topics that you think are pretty good to talk about, or maybe some opinions, like, I don't know, current situations going on in the world. Just leave out politics, please, because we do not talk about politics.
That's the stuff going on in the world.
Okay, well, aside from that shit, I don't know.
Um,
Aside from that shit, anything else that y'all can think of, um, let us know. I don't know. I just,
yeah,
yeah, but hopefully next time we can do something fun.
yeah, and I don't
Maybe
bring down
bring
the mood
some
again.
guests. Yeah, I know. I'm
I didn't think
sorry.
that was my bad. I didn't think that question was gonna go where it was
It went
gonna
where it went. It sure did.
go. Damn.
You just never know with us. You're gonna go, like we mentioned when we first started. There's gonna be a roller coaster of emotions. Sometimes all in one fucking episode.
All in one episode. We went through anger together today. We went
But
through peace. We went through a little bit of maybe you should see a therapist and maybe we
yeah,
should call
um,
the
some reality.
the local mental institute to get them. But do you think I look cute in a straight jacket?
I think we would both look good in one. Honestly, I have the boots to match.
I would think in my size. Um, but yeah, hopefully next time we can bring on. We're really trying to get these guests, but it turns out that a lot of people around us are very nervous to talk into the microphone.
I know, it's crazy.
Totally get it because that's what it took us so long to start a podcast. But you know, join in on the fun, guys. Um, yeah, hopefully next time we can do that. Never have I ever idea.
hmm
While drinking, that'd be fun.
Yeah, you get to know a lot more things about us
I should kind
that
of
you
get
don't
a
know.
little.
Definitely.
Bring your cleaning products, the
Bring
pink
some
stuff,
towels, some paper towels. Make sure there's no
mops,
children or anyone under the
wet
age of
signs.
18. Slippery when wet.
um, but yeah, that pretty much wraps up our episode for tonight. Um, oh, also, we're trying to be consistent with our posting dates,
Yeah.
but you should know us already. We're very irresponsible.
Where?
Where?
I'm late, but I'm not irresponsible.
Yeah. So sometimes we record last minute,
Just kidding, just kidding.
and then also this part's not my fault. Sometimes YouTube takes a little while to upload. Um,
hmm
even when I'm connected to Wi-Fi, and it's like 14 hours left. What do you mean 14 hours
Oh
left?
my
YouTube.
god. What the hell?
Um, so yeah. So sorry. You may get some episodes on Friday. You may get them on Saturday. What do you expect?
What's today? Tuesday. Hopefully we can do another recording maybe Friday.
Maybe we can be smart and
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe Friday.
have
We'll
some
see.
friends.
I don't know.
But all right, guys. Thank you for listening. Have a great rest of your night.
Great rest of your week. Good night. Love you all.
Bye.
Bye.